Hi, Tim Munro from Naturally Wild here. I just want to do a very quick video for some of you who have asked a few questions about some of the TTouch work and the help that it does for dogs with storm and thunder and fireworks problems. So the first thing to start with is just the idea of the Thundershirts, which most people know about, and that was developed out of the TTouch work. So if you don't have one of those, here's a few other options as well as additional things that will help with using these products. So the first thing really is around the wraps, which is where the Thundershirt's developed out of, and just simply using a bandage. So I've just got a 2-inch bandage here, but for bigger dogs you can use bigger ones, or even just a bigger one for a smaller dog, assuming they're okay with it. And ideally before the thunderstorm or firework goes off, if you can try putting these on and off a few times just so they're okay with it, you know, it doesn't freak them out in itself. So just the simple thing of bringing it across the front of the chest, over the shoulders, underneath the belly, and if it's long enough then you attach it, and you can either just tie it up, safety pin it, or I've got a bit of Velcro on that one. We generally don't have them on too tight, so there's just enough here that it's sitting and it's not sliding around, but not too tight that it's really constricting. Some dogs do a little bit better with it being a touch tighter, but I've found most dogs do well when it's on just light enough. You can also take some of these and connect it down towards the rear end as well, and that can help some dogs with sensitivity around the rear end, just bringing some awareness to that area. But there's lots of different configurations that you can do with the wraps, and that's the body wrap. The other one is also doing a head wrap, and you can use a number of different things. You can use just headbands, Alice, the stretchy headbands you put on for the hair, and loop a couple of those together. Or I've just got sewing elastic. I've got a toggle here, but you can just tie it off. So generally if you just slip one loop over the head, twist the bit underneath here once, and then bring it up over the top of the forehead, and then you can shorten up the excess amount. Now the same as with the body wrap, I make sure that it's not on too tight, just enough that it doesn't slip and slide all over the place. But I do wonder whether some dogs have headaches, so I want to make sure that it is on light enough just to give some awareness to the top of their forehead. You can also use the bandage, and I'll show you this with the larger dog. And it's what we call a crossover between the ears. And I actually just wrap it around a few times first. And then you can take one piece and take it over. The head that way. And then one bit from the other side. And it goes over the ear that way. And then you end up having this crisscross on the top of the forehead. So with the head wraps, it can often help just relax some of the tension around the ears. A lot of dogs that have the sound phobias get really tight around the ears, so then that's the other aspect that can be really helpful, is the touch work from TTouch. So if I take this one off, don't mishandle your dogs this way, this is just the example, is you can do touch work with the ears. So if you actually just place your hand underneath the ear there, and you can use your other hand just to help contain them somewhat. Best if they're facing away from you, because they'll often feel safer that way. And if you just move the ear in a circle and a quarter, and then slide your finger out towards the tip. Now there's a major acupressure point towards the tip there that's useful for shock. Really great when your animal is just going really crazy, or if they've been in an accident. And even just stroking the ears either side. Sometimes you'll do it a little bit faster if they're going quite hectic, but being able to just slow it down, and it's just a nice little bit of pressure to them, and that can sometimes also help relax the ears there. The other aspect is doing this circular work around the jaw, this circle and a quarter, and you can work down towards the mouth if it's safe enough to do that, and even getting into the gums, the tongue, around the mouth, the salivary glands, into the gums. It's one of the closest places we have access to the parasympathetic nervous system and the limbic system, so that can be really helpful in helping animals relax and settle and shift back into a more comfortable mode. The other option is, if you don't have a bandage or you don't have a Thundershirt, is simply just getting a t-shirt. And ordinary t-shirt, what I'll do is place their feet through the armholes. Up the head. Head through the head hole. Please be more gentle with your dog. And then you can bring the shirt back to here, and then if you just tuck the shirt up and either just tie it off with a hairband or do it in a little knot yourself, and once again just having it on snug, and even actually with the Thundershirts, not necessarily doing them too tight to begin with, can be really helpful. Some dogs do kind of go into a bit of a shutdown if the things are on too tight, or actually if there's too much contact. So that's where having the bandages, which are less contact, makes it a little bit easier. And that's all. So I hope that little bit of information helps you with what you are going to have to put up with in the next few days with New Year's Eve coming up. So good luck with that. If you have any other questions, we have a lot more other work that can be done with the TTouch method in helping animals feel and move with more ease, and that can translate into helping with a lot of different behavioural problems. So if you have any queries, please contact your local TTouch practitioner. Thanks, see you soon.